I pray that you flow and walk with me. There is a word for the city. Visitors, we appreciate you because you're just a manifestation of where God is about to bring us. The topic today is at the Jordan. It's so funny now because now God is strategically showing himself to his people. And we have Joshua here now. Moses is dead. If I can get Greg and Pastor Flores to step on this side for me. Minister Fleet, you can give us direction and get the other two. So I want to paint a picture of what's about to happen in your life. Moses is dead now and Joshua has been called to be the leader. And Joshua, pay attention to me. Please don't focus on what they're doing. And Joshua is in position and he's kind of young. But God has anointed him and called him to lead a nation. Y'all got to get in your mind and understand this boy was called to lead a nation. And they find themselves in Joshua chapter 3. And at this point, generations had died off. Not physically all of them, but spiritually some of them had begun dying because they refused to believe. They complained and they got weary and they got negative and they began to die and begin to abort the promise. And God has them here and God begins to talk and speak to Joshua. Now Joshua is in position, but today in the text God gives strategic instructions to Joshua. He said, today I'm going to manifest my power and I'm going to exalt you in front of them.
My Lord, that's what it says.
Something's happening. So at the same time as God giving Joshua instructions for the people, he tells Joshua, today I'm going to exalt you. I know I told you were there leading in chapter 1. I know I told you Moses was dead. I know you heard the call and you walked with Moses and you operated. But today I'm going to do something different in your life. See, you're struggling and you're at your Jordan. And you're wrestling whether to be normal, whether to fit in with your friends, whether to go hang out with your family. You want to experience that old way of life. And God is calling you separate and he wants to do something in your life to exalt you in the midst of it. And many of us miss it because we want to be with them, never understanding that you must come from among them to hear from me first, then to be exalted by me.
That's good.
You can't lead them with it.
That's real good. Wow. Real good.
You at your Jordan. Got some decisions to make. This is where you decide if your dream is really worth it. If your anointing is really worth it. This is where you decide if it's worth staying in position or not. You're at your Jordan. Here we have Joshua with a word. This is what I want you to get. Strategically, why I have them up here, they represent the priestly, the Levitical priest. God tells Joshua, get them in order. Can't know anybody hold an ark and touch the ark. So there's an anointing on y'all for lives because God has strategically positioned you to touch this. Because everybody don't touch it, not in the Bible and not at the city either.
Come on, right. That's right.
So there's an anointing that rests upon your lives. God says, so Joshua, get them. But watch this. When you get them in position, cause them to carry the ark with them. Then when you get them in position, y'all got to carry the ark, which represents the presence of God. See, I got to stop there for a minute, not to talk to y'all, but to talk to our leaders. You don't understand that when you have been anointed and called to lead God's people, you carry his presence with you. His anointing is on you. carrying on. But this is what God showed me that blessed me. This is the problem in the church with the leaders in most of the churches in Christendom today. We miss the strategic plan of God. God told the priests, the Levitical priests, y'all step this way for me. Like this. Where elder and mother is facing me. And put Greg and Mother toward the back and push back. And watch your head, Mother. I need y'all with room walking. Good, that's good. Stay right there. He says, give me about 2 people. Y'all gonna represent the nation. Quickly. Don't get nervous. Come on, I know what I'm flowing in. All y'all, come on. Stand right back here. Now this is strategic. He tells Joshua, because when God calls you and talks to you, I'm sick of that, all that, I really don't know, I'm not clear, I'm kind of confused, I had the dream, but I'm not clear. That ain't how God operates.
That's it.
When God calls you and talks to you and releases a word to you, he gives you strategic instructions.
Yes, indeed.
Stop prophesying over people. That's why your life's not prospering, because you're a liar.